Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Brother Chaos channel.
How's it going?
I'm joined, as you can see, by Guillermo the
Yep.
Man,
Yep.
and today we're going to be talking about The Crawling Eye from 1958.
Trollenberg Terror.
That's the original title. Yes, the
Yep.
Trollenberg Terror. Now, it starts off with mountain climbers, and there's an accident,
Mm-hmm.
and they find one of the mountain climbers dead, missing his head.
Exactly.
Now, this is a very original movie. It's clever, as a cool monster, and the monster not only attacks with its tentacles, but it attacks with mind control.
Yep. Mentally.
It turns people evil.
It turns you evil and makes you do evil deeds.
Now, let's introduce the main characters. The main characters are Anne and Sarah and their sisters,
Mm-hmm.
and they're traveling in a train car. They're going to Geneva. And who else is in a train car?
So then you have the third protagonist, which is Alan Brooks.
Who's Alan Brooks?
Alan Brooks is a United Nations you could
Agent.
say agent,
Yes.
basically.
And he carries a gun with him, and he's going to see his friend.
Professor Kravitz, which is the fourth protagonist of the story, which you see a lot.
Professor Kravitz is a scientist working on cosmic rays because in Trollenberg, the main thing is a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And Professor Kravitz observed this peculiar cloud,
On the south side of the mountain.
and it's radioactive and extremely cold, below 80 degrees.
And it's close to sub-zero degrees, so close to zero.
Below 80 degrees
Yeah.
is under sub-zero.
Under
Yes.
sub-zero, basically.
And that's where the monster resides, the crawling eye. Now, you don't see the monster till the end,
Nope.
but when you see him a lot, and he looks creepy, cool, a
Yeah.
big eye, almost like with a brain with
Yep.
veins.
So you can imagine, if you guys ever seen Starship Troopers, imagine the brain bug, the massive brain bug. It's kind of like that, basically.
Okay, now while Sarah and her sister Anne, by the way, they do this mind reading act, because it turns out that Anne is telepathic. She could read people's minds, so they have a mind reading act. Now, in the train car with Sarah and Anne, and in the same cart is Brooks, the United Nations guy. Anne has a little trance moment where she says, "We need to stop at Trollenberg."
Yep.
Even though they're going to Geneva, we need to stop at Trollenberg.
There's and she says that we gotta go there. We gotta go to the hotel, European hotel,
Europa Hotel.
Europa hotel.
Yes. Now, her sister, they're very close. So her sister Sarah says, "Yes, we'll stop at Trollenberg." And Alan Brooks has reservations at the hotel, so he helps them get a reservation at the hotel. And they stay there at the hotel, relaxing. And in the hotel, there's two mountain climbers, which I believe are brothers, and they're going to go on an expedition up the mountain.
Were to a tiny hut until then. Their plan was to go to the summit and then back down.
Yes, now the trajectory is this: they go up a cable car up the mountain, they land. The observatory is there, and it's made out of reinforced concrete because avalanches happen in this area.
Yep.
And there's a lot of mountain climbers.
Yep.
And it's often very cold. So they take the cable car and they go to the hut. And they have radio connection with the hotel where Alan Brooks is at. Right, right. So they're there, and something happens. Anne gets a telepathic vision that something's going wrong with the two brothers. One of them, in the middle of the night, goes out. And like I said, the creature uses mind control to turn people evil. So the brother goes out, and they call through the phone.
Juris, the second brother, which is the one who is a geologist who wanted to study the rock formations, he got the call. He woke up. He was sleeping at the time. He woke up. He got the call. He's like, "Hey, something's going on." Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the professor who called him first. Then
Right.
it was Alan Brooks. When the professor told him, "Hey, is everything okay out there? So something's going on. Your brother, check it. Is your brother okay?" Who was Brett? He goes like, "Yeah, he's fine." Jurist unknowingly didn't know his brother left. He looks back to where the bunk bed is, and he's like, huh, he's not there. Yeah, see, yeah, he's not here. It looks like he went outside or something. Jurist goes outside, sees that it's very foggy. He can't see anything at all. It's pretty bad side, pretty bad point of view. And he goes like, yeah, something's going on. I can't see anything. It's very foggy. That's when the professor gets another call on another phone.
Well, let's not tell them everything.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much that the cloud is approaching the hut.
Yeah.
So he warns the brother Jurist, right, to
Yep,
stay inside
Jurist.
the house. And there's knocking on the door. He opens the doors. He's terrified. He sees something. We don't know what he sees, but that's gonna be the end of him.
Yeah.
So either the crawling eye killed him, or something more sinister happened.
Exactly.
Now they send out a search party, and they find the brother
Jurist.
Jurist,
Yeah, Jurist.
and he comes back, but he's different somehow. Now I'm not gonna explain everything that goes on because I want to recommend this movie to you guys because it's an excellent movie.
Amazing overall classic. I think it's one of the best 1958 movies ever made. Monster movies at that.
And I feel bad for poor Anne because Anne is getting telepathic communication from the crawling eye creature. The crawling eye creature wants to attack her. He sends several times different people to try to attack her and kill her.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Anne later becomes really obsessed. Not to make a long story short, she grabs her coat, goes up the cable car, but thank God they stopped her at the observatory before she could go up the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
But the crawling eye is calling to her. He wants to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
She's a threat to him. Now, in the the observatory, they find out that the cloud, which is radioactive and extremely cold, is approaching the village. So they tell all the villagers to get on the cable car
And go to the observatory where it's safe.
where it's safe. Remember, reinforced concrete.
That can withstand bombings and avalanches.
So everyone goes up the cable car and they make it there. Now, one dude decides to go on his car to try to make it into town
Straight to the clouds.
through the cloud. But he comes back later, but he comes back different.
Mm-hmm.
He comes back wrong. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to say what else happens. Let's just say that there are several attacks from the crawling eye creature
Mm-hmm.
on the people. The main dude that saves the day is Alan Brooks.
Exactly.
He has a gun. He saves many of the people that he can. He comes up with Molotov cocktails.
Mm-hmm. And you see another who helped him on the side on the very end, which was Philip, the newspaper guy.
Yes, Philip, the newspaper guy, a minor character, helps out Alan Brooks. I'm not going to tell you what happens at the end to the creature, but it's a satisfying resolution.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's a big plot twist at the very start.
Yes.
So
yes,
keep in mind, it's very fun. So I highly recommend it.
It's never boring. I was never bored.
No.
It goes by interestingly. The characters are interesting, well acted.
Mm-hmm.
The creature you don't see until the end, but in the end you see him like 3 or 4 times.
Exactly.
And you see him close up.
Yep, very close up.
So you get a good look at him. So I'm gonna give my coffin rating 5 coffins. Before you go on, 1 second, sorry. 5 coffins for The Crawling Eye. I highly recommend you see this movie. If you like creatures, if you like mind control movies, if you like 50s monster movies, movies where people become possessed and you don't know who to trust, watch this movie. 5 Coffins, highly recommended. Now you tell us your final thoughts and your coffin rating.
So my final thoughts are that I thought this movie was really good. Overall, the acting, the story, the plot twist was very surprising to me. It had me on the edge of my seat, and the acting, the characters, the monsters itself was fantastic. I think I recommend this to everyone who likes monster movies. that this is a good movie to watch in family and friends, you know? Or if you want to watch it on your own, even better. So to get a scare. I watch it if you watch it at night, if you're that endurance person. So I give it 5 coffin ratings.
That's excellent. I think this is the first time we both give a movie 5 coffins.
Exactly.
All right. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Go out and watch The Crawling Eye. You might try to find it under its original title The Trollenberg Terror. It's from 1958.
Yeah.
Again, God bless, and until next time.